wrapped up a good Wednesday. Moving forward with the week. Got some good work in today. And I thought our energy was good. Guys are practicing hard and doing as best we can. So moving forward, looking forward to getting on with the preparation for Georgia.
Mark, Neil said a couple of weeks ago that they've used the fullbacks a lot more than they anticipated. So has Cody Jones been kind of a pleasant surprise?
Yeah, he was. He really was. Yeah, he's physical. You know, he's a strong guy. He's been playing fairly physical for us, so we were pleased with that. Yeah.
You said at the Vandy press conference you guys had 7 or 8 explosive plays and that you want to see more of those. Do you guys have like a set number that you want to get to in a game? And how do you define explosive play with your staff?
we actually prefer to get more explosive plays than the opponent.
Obviously.
And so that's generally what we're aiming for. So to get some explosive plays and to limit theirs, but sometimes we do that, sometimes we don't. But
it's breaking news right there.
How do you guys?
You never knew I was so
Do you guys have a way to define that? Do you define those? Do you have like a 25-yard pass play, 20-yard run? I mean, is there?
Yeah,
how do you guys
defensively, we don't want any run over 15 yards. So for our offense, anything over 10 or 15 is an explosive play, and then anything over about 18 is a good pass play.
When you look at your offense, the ball has not gone downfield as often as I'm sure you would like. What do you do to try to get that home run ball instead of just the short stuff?
Well, again, going back to what it seems like every day, or the previous press conference, and even after the game, we had our opportunities. We just missed them. We had guys open, and we had our shots, and we missed it. And we're not the type of team that's built just to drop back and do that 5 to 10 times a game and think we're going to hit a high percentage. But on first, second down, when we have it set up off a play action where we have it protected, we have a guy open, and we miss it, we just can't afford to do that. So I guess what I'm saying is we are taking our shots. We're just not completing a whole bunch of them.
You talked a lot about Avery yesterday, but are there any other specific seniors that have made a really big impact?
Dante's done a heck of a job. I thought he's really stepped up past couple of weeks. Mr. Cobble's playing decent. Kevin Mitchell has been solid all year and really has had a good attitude.
Do you feel like those guys, those senior guys, especially on defense, appreciate, even if they're not being rewarded in wins and losses, appreciate how their game has grown? Dante talked about that yesterday.
I think so. I hope so. I hope they feel a little bit of pride. I mean, we all want to win. They want to win. It hurts them. Like I said, it should hurt them. I think it hurts them more and more because we're investing more. They're investing more. And but I think they do see themselves playing better, and they should take some pride in that because that we need to change the culture here, and we need to change the atmosphere in the locker room and what's acceptable and what's not. And I believe they see that and are starting to change.
We've talked a lot about guys you've redshirted this week, or future. The future.
Yeah.
Can you talk about your kind of training and weight program with them? Are their bodies changing?
Yeah, they do more than our travel team. So the guys that are redshirting and not playing are lifting much heavier. And of course, when we're traveling and things like that, they get in some extra lifts over the weekend. But so they are gaining some weight and getting some strength.
You mentioned Mint, and I think DJ said he put a bunch of weight on. How big is he right now?
Yeah, he's gained probably 20, 30 pounds. He's probably 290 right now. And Kyle Meadows is another guy that's doing a very good job. Jacob Hyde has changed his body. He's really works hard. I'm really proud of Jacob. I think he's always been a big, strong guy, but he's actually leaned up a little bit and getting more flexibility and working hard.
Coach Avery said something on Twitter earlier about you asking him to come back and play another year. Do you care to elaborate a little bit on that?
Well, I'd love to have him another year. I think he's, like we just talked about, I think, his leadership and, he's taking pride in starting to play just, our team's starting to play better. And defensively, we're showing signs. And I think he takes great pride in what he's doing. So we'll petition that.
I know you're not
Hopefully
there.
He'll be playing the NFL, right?
You're not at the end of the season yet, but as far as off-season conditioning, have you changed any of your thinking by what's happened this season, or is your plan still pretty much the same about what you want to do off-season?
We have talked about it already, and we talked about getting right into it because of no bowl game and because of having a couple weeks prior to them breaking for their holiday. The nice thing is our holiday's still long. It's 3 weeks, but it's not, you know, at least if we give them a program and get them going over the holiday, hopefully they'll come back in better shape than when they left. But certain guys, the big guys, O-line and D-line, you know, we need to get on that right away with nutrition, weight training, and doing some things over the break. We need to have a serious off season. So we've talked about it, and we'll adjust a few things. But yeah, I think strength is a big deal. Size and strength we need to go to work on.
Have you guys been able to maintain the weight?
Pardon me?
You guys been able, you big guys been able to maintain the weight?
Yeah, we've done a decent job with that. I think, you know, Darian Miller's held his weight, and we need more. You know, Swindle needs more, but they've you know, played pretty good at times. We need more size and strength on those guys. You know, Kyle Meadows, I just talked about. I mean, guys like that. I mean, that's we need to get on that right away. There's no time to waste, and we've got to have a good off season.
When you talk about trying to get back to the postseason, how underrated is that extra practice that you get in?
No, it's important. It's very important, and you know, we tried to take some of these guys this week, last week, and really start working with them and just seeing where we're at least. You know, obviously, you know, we're preparing to win the games, but guys need breaks here and there too. And with that, starting to even work with some of the redshirt guys and just see, you know, see where we're at as we wrap, you know, get into recruiting, finalize recruiting and all that, and see where we're at and try to get a jump start for spring, just with where we think guys could play and where our needs are and all those sort of things.
Basically doing the things you would do with the young guys if you had a bowl.
Yeah, trying to incorporate and get them some extra practice time. After practice, working with the young guys, the redshirt guys, and then also getting them in some team reps to see how comfortable they are and what they can handle.
Can you see some of the redshirt freshman kids that are sitting out, maybe starting next year? Some of the linemen.
Yeah, definitely. Some of the linemen. Yeah, Ramsey's the guy that jumps out. Ramsey Myers right away. He's got good size to him. I want to say he's in the 330 range right now, and again he plays very hard. He's nasty and athletic, and he's a guy that can help us inside, definitely.
On Monday,
and Kyle Meadows, I like Kyle, and all those guys, really. Go ahead.
On Monday, UK is going to unveil big plans for Commonwealth Stadium.
Yeah.
How much input have you had or been asked to have in that, and kind of what's your excitement level for
Yeah,
something like that?
I'm very excited about it. They've showed me all the drawings and all those things, and I was involved in one meeting a while ago before the season started. The stadium, I've got too much on my plate to get involved with all that now. Hopefully, we can do some other additions as we move forward that I'll be very involved with. But
You mean here at this facility?
whatever we try to get going for improving our football facilities. But the stadium project, no, I don't have a lot to say in that. But I can tell you, you know, I'm very excited from what I've seen.
Back to the offseason for just a second. Are you satisfied that the team knows what commitment and dedication you expect from them, or is that always a work in progress about what they need to do off-season wise and that sort of thing?
I think they're beginning to understand that, you know, and I think we're growing in that area. You know, we've talked about all these things we need to do from day one, but that doesn't, you know, we can
Doesn't
talk
happen
about
overnight.
those things. Those things don't happen, you know. We've got to create good habits, you know, break bad habits, and continue to do things we need to do every day. And as you've heard me say before, you know, the people we're playing against and the team we want to be, they've done things right for a long, long time, and that's what we want to be a consistent football team, a good football team, built on the right foundation. Then we need to just go about our business and do the little things right every day. And I think we are starting to understand that. I've said all along, their attitude's good and everything. They just don't always know how to do things right, and all the little things, and the attention to detail, and the work ethic, and the intensity which you need to do things. And I think they care a great deal right now, and they're starting to understand that.
Okay,
Being-
folks, thank you.
I
Well-
think that's why we've been, you know, I think that's why we're getting closer in certain games.
Being married to a teacher, she often talks about a lot of kids think they know how to study, but they don't really know how to
Yeah.
study. Is that the way sometimes,
It-
especially
it-
with young players?
It is, and again, I think it's, real important to understand what it takes to win at this level. And, it's our job to show them, but we've got to continue to do that, for a long period of time. So I can tell you, I think, I'm excited about, we talked about it last week. I thought we played with great intensity. I want to carry that throughout this season, and I want to keep that momentum going straight forward, with a great offseason and really working hard and getting into that offseason and with some great intensity.
Okay, Bill, thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
Yep.